It's Tuesday. I'm a total mess. I have hat head, severe hat head, but I just pulled in and I wanted to check on the turtles. Nothing yet. And I think it's only been 60 days. So if anything's going to happen, it should happen from today through like another 15 days. So keep an eye on it. First of all, this is totally off the subject, but you know how much I love music. I saw, I think it was on TikTok, a little snippet of Christopher Cross and the guys that produced their song Sailing. The very beginning of the song, it's only the strings, like the cello, violin, string bass, etc. That was a mistake. When they were producing this song, something happened with the tracks, the way the tracks were being produced. And when the song starts, it's only the strings. And it wasn't supposed to start like that. Remember this song? This is the beginning of it. It's only strings. And that mistake is one of my all-time favorite memories in music. It's the most beautiful start to a song. On today's agenda, I am throwing in these pork loins into the crock pot. I'm gonna let them just slow cook all day. We did have the Greek chicken last night. If you like a good chicken marinade, oh, it was delicious. It was the right combo of fresh garlic, lemon, and thyme. It was really, 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 really good. And on these loins, I'm using Kinder's garlic and herb. It's just very simple. And then I'll throw in potatoes, carrots, celery, onion, garlic, for a little bit of thyme, a little bit of fresh parsley. And that's our dinner. Couple other things. Number one, I think I came up with a possible idea for the backsplash to just cover it up. Get rid of the blue and make I'm just not a fan of the black. I'm just not a fan of the black countertops. I think I could I have to live I have to live with them for a while, and to make it not so in my face, this is an idea I came up with. I've gotten a lot of suggestions with painting or peel and stick, but in the countertop, I don't know if you can see it. It might be glare. There might be a glare, but there are some flecks of brown, and that's probably why they went with this granite, because it has the brown in it. And I was telling Rob, like, why don't I get some stainable wainscoting and put it up and do a light brown, not as dark as this, but a lighter brown, and paint the walls the timeless white, change out the poles, and I think it might make my heart feel better. We probably could have gotten new granite, but we had to do some things outside that were totally unexpected. I never shared this with you because I had to digest it a little bit. And then I talked to the neighbor. I was walking Bug last night and talked to the neighbor who bought, this is a funny story, who bought a house just catty-cornered from us. Let me tell you the story before I tell you the other one. When we were searching for houses, the house I'm catty-cornered. This house, and God bless our realtor, Meredith, she's a saint. We were gonna look at this house, the one catty-cornered. The day that we were supposed to look at it, the pictures came out. And 2 hours before we were supposed to look at it, I said, this is just not our house because of the layout, the way when you walked in the door, the basement was right there. It threw me totally off. Then this one came up for sale. Mind you, the neighbor, Charles, said that houses in this neighborhood, Air Harbor, this estate, Air Harbor Estates, I think it's estates, yes, they rarely go up for sale. So these two houses were for sale at the same time. We bought ours and we moved in, and then they bought theirs and moved in about a week later. 2 days after we officially had our house, or 3 days, I sent our realtor a video of a river flowing in our backyard. A river. Not just a little stream. A river. Granted, this was one of the bigger rains they've had in years. And then it happened again maybe the week after. Not only was there a river, but we couldn't get in to our side door because of the way everything is in this area, these houses. So to our surprise, we were stunned. We were a little bit angry. We were dismayed. All the things, because here this beautiful house, our forever house, it wasn't flooding. Our house wasn't flooding. The water wasn't getting in. But we couldn't open our garage door. We couldn't get in our side door because of the way the water was flowing from our neighbors. Our neighbor next door, all of his rainwater rushes to our area, our driveway. All of our water and his water runs to the neighbor next to us, and it hits their hot tub, and it makes them angry. Needless to say, this has caused a lot of stress. A lot of stress because, you know, we weren't told. And yeah. So back to the story about the neighbors. When I was walking Bug last night and I ran into them, they told me that their basement, the husband said, I've always wanted a basement. I've always wanted a basement. And 1 week after we moved in, our basement was flooded. There was water pouring in from one of the walls. So they're in the same position we are. They have to come out and have somebody dig their front yard to fix the wall. They weren't told either, but maybe that never happened over there. My whole thing is that there are already catch basins and French drains. Put 2 and 2 together and you know where I'm going. So this weekend we had a crew come and use a ditch witch. You put 6-inch French drains, gravel, and then decorative stone. We are going to end up doing more just to make sure that as much water from the neighbor is caught and shot out in the backyard of the neighbor, not towards their house, but the backyard, because their backyard almost has like a dry riverbed, and that's where we want the water to go away from their house. So here's what they did. None of this was here. None of this stone was here Friday. They dug a trench, an entire trench, and they again put the French drain in, then regular gravel, then this decorative stone. I think, and I am so glad we did it this way because I wanted it to look natural. I kept telling Rob, I want it as natural as possible because they were actually just going to run it straight, but I wanted it so it looked like it had always been there, that like the trees were planted after it was there. So our goal is to bring in more stone and kind of push it under these trees. And then up here, they dug a 4 I don't know, 3-foot square, and there's a catch basin. The river rock will go over this, and then I think we're going to just have the other stone tucked in so it kind of finishes off the spot. And I think I might have them do that up there too. Oh, sorry, my arm was, my arm was in the way. I don't know if I like this pointy thing. I think I might have them change that a little bit, but the water would run from this neighbor's house, and it would run, you can see it. It would run through here and through there, and it would all come in our driveway. This is a low point, and it would stay right here. It sits right here. This is a previous French drain, or a catch basin, and there are more out in the backyard, but we have another plan for this. My idea is to take this huge planter and move it here. So what we're going to do is they're going to take some landscaping paper. See, this always stays wet because this is the lowest point. So they're going to take some landscaping paper, take some of the river rock, and have a nice edge. I'm going to buy one of those cement, like 12 by 12 things, put it here, and then put that vintage, I just showed you, that planter there. And then we're going to take these little stepping stones and we're going to make a little path here. So it's easier for guests. If they don't go through the front door, they can go in this way. I might as well keep showing you. So I'm thinking, I don't really like the way this is going. I'd rather have it kind of, instead of going that way, see, because the water runs here too. I'm telling you, when it rains hard, it's an absolute mess. So they also put a French drain all the way here. See this catch basin right here? This was full when we first looked at the house, and we asked them about it, and they said, oh, you know, it's always getting cleaned out. It must need cleaned out, but it just isn't working. So we had a French drain put all the way here. And they also dug up, there were some drains in here that they dug up and connected into here. They put another catch basin in down here. They're removing these. This is gone. This is going to go. That island's going to go except for the tree. And they're also, I'm going to try to eliminate this because what happened was the river was here. The river, it filled this and the water was overflowing. It was a mess. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if this is really needed. We'll take it out, and then they're going to redo this. So this isn't jetted out so far. It's going to stop about here. They're also going to take these bushes that are surrounding the air conditioning units. They're going to take those out. And I think they're probably going to take this row of stones. So just leave this. And then, like I said, they'll make this shorter. And I don't know if I want that. I might have that bush taken out and just plant all hydrangea bushes this fall. I'd rather have a sea of hydrangeas than this massive thing. This is the side entrance. So that's our pergola. That's the sunroom. And finally, they took all of the dirt from the trench over there. And what they're going to do is they're going to level, kind of smooth that out. These are all of our trees. So they're going to smooth that out. And then they're leaving this wood there just in case water goes that way. It's just a mess. And then we're bringing river rock in. This is all trenched French drain. So we'll bring in more river rock. And then if the water comes flowing like it did, it will be directed that way. Because right now it was going that way. It will go that way. Yeah. Walking out to check the mail. Yeah, you never know what's going on in people's houses. you just never know, because some things like that was just a no bueno situation. That took us weeks, probably took me longer, but weeks to come to terms with it, but it is what it is. One more thing, and I promise I won't bother you anymore. That's what I always tell Rob. The ice cream that Bailey made with the KitchenAid attachment was the best ice cream I have ever had. Keep in mind, it is heavy cream, milk, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of vanilla, and then he finally smashed up some Oreos and sprinkled in there. It was so good. And it keeps well in the freezer too. We made a whole batch of it, and it, if you have a KitchenAid mixer, you love ice cream. That thing is only $40, and it is super easy to use. I'm hoping that Bailey will make more tonight, and I'll show you. You remember these from last year? I wore the heck out of these. These are from American Eagle, and this is from Amazon. This is almost the same exact thing as this. It has the button down snaps. It has the elastic waistband, the drop shoulder. It comes in a ton of different colors. And this is a size small for reference. I probably could have gotten a medium, but I think it would have been too blousy. But it is super duper comfortable. I love good quality jewelry that doesn't cost a fortune, but looks like it costs a fortune. I received some jewelry from Silpata Jewelry that I wanted to share with you. I actually wore this necklace a couple weeks ago, and I got some comments saying, hey, where's that link? This collected beauty bracelet is actually hematite plated stones. It is lightweight, and it is actually made with sterling silver. This is their Simply Special necklace, and it is absolutely special and beautiful. I love the way that these little discs catch the light. It is very dainty, but yet it's sturdy. It's made of sterling silver. It can be worn by itself, or you can actually layer it. This is their falling water bead necklace. This is actually silver plated 4mm hematite beads. It's sterling silver. Again, it can be layered or can be worn by itself. Finally, these are their full circle hooped earrings. They're actually hammered sterling silver to give texture and catch the light. And again, they are lightweight. These timeless, high quality pieces are made with real sterling silver. They are also so elegant, and they will elevate your everyday style.
This video might make you cry.
Lord, if I find favor in your sight,